Ah, the trusty old camcorder. From VHS to Betacam to MiniDV to finally modern smartphones. The ability that they've given the average Joe to record their kids' soccer games or even vacation footage at a certain mouse-centric destination has certainly been a revolution in the information age. Now, while the cameras themselves are really neat and interesting, and believe me, we will get to all of these cameras later on, today I'd like to take a look at tape-based video, or analog video stored on tape, because I think we need to lay a groundwork for where the rest of these cameras fall. Now, I'm guessing you already know about VHS. Walk into Blockbuster in the mid to late 80s, get a VHS tape, go home, put it in your VHS VCR, watch it, return it, the usual. Everyone had VHS. Everyone used VHS. Nobody really used Betamax, except professionals. While VHS had decidedly won the format war for consumers, didn't win it for professionals. This is what did. Betacam. Now, just about the only thing this format actually shares in common with Betamax is the name Beta and this cartridge design. The way it records its video information onto the tape, entirely different. See, in your standard VHS tape, it's recorded as a composite signal. That's a composite of both the luminance, or brightness, and chrominance, or color information. That's recorded as one strip along the tape for one field. That's all you get. Whereas on Betacam, it's recorded as a component signal. That's its separate components. So unlike VHS, where you get simply one stripe for both color and brightness information, on Betacam, it first records the brightness and then the color information. Or it could be the color and then the brightness information. Either way, it's recording them separate, which allows it to have a higher fidelity in greater color and horizontal resolution. Now, with that said, however, there's a bit of difference here. This is a consumer format. This is meant to be easy to use by the average consumer. Just standard RCA connections out of your VCR into your TV. That's all you really need. This is a professional format. The connections on my camera for this are BNC. It's expected you put this in your deck and then you use XLR to pipe this to a mixing console and BNC to pipe it to a video mixer. It's entirely different. Now, none of that really matters when it comes to camcorders beyond a certain point, because what really matters is tape size. This is pretty big. This is pretty big. JVC had introduced VHS-C, which is a smaller format. So what's Sony gonna do? Well, Sony went and introduced this, Video 8. Now, as you can see, Video 8 is pretty dang small. It's a lot smaller than Betacam, which means it's a lot smaller than VHS. The amazing thing about this format is you can get 120 minutes onto this tape. 120 minutes. That's as much as you could get on that full-size VHS cassette on this tape. That was great for consumers, and it made it so that camcorders no longer had to be these bulky, over-the-shoulder things. You could get ones that were, reasonably palm-sized. But around the turn of the century, as we got digital video, things got a little bit interesting. If we instead record the information on the tape in a digital format and use digital compression to compress it, we don't have to use physically as much tape per unit of time. MiniDV. MiniDV is a really cool format. This tiny tape can fit 60 whole minutes of video on it. Video that, by the way, has been digital its entire life. That's right. Even though the tape is an analog medium, the data stored on it is digital. It was digital in the camera, it got digitally compressed and put onto this tape. Then you can transfer it off the tape by a FireWire port on your camcorder to your computer digitally, and then just copy it around. It's a digital file. There's no loss, there's no generational degradation. It's just video at glorious 480i. So that was a brief overview of tape-based formats. In the next video, I'm going to be covering my Panasonic camcorder and discovering how exactly SVHS changed the consumer market. Spoiler alert, it really didn't. Anyway, that's all I got for today. If you're interested in what's going on behind me, you might be interested in my video I made talking about my hi-fi, really talking about the cassette deck. Or you could like one of the videos I recorded right from this record player. Check them out.